Rapper Pooh Shiesty carried out an armed robbery while driving a green McLaren, only to flaunt the stolen goods on Instagram just 2 hours later. In a bold attempt to evade authorities, he then boarded a private jet and fled the scene.
The blogger put sending 2 people to the hospital, and it lands a rapper in jail. 7 Sheldon Fox with the exclusive.
Police and prosecutors say Pooh Shiesty was part of the group that ended up in this parking lot that October afternoon was a flu, and it happened right across the street from the police department and town hall here in Bay Harbor Island.
Shiesty faced severe charges for the robbery, but, with the help of his lawyers, managed to secure a deal for his release in 2025. However, his reduced sentence sparked backlash, prompting his best friend, Big 30, to take to Instagram in his defense.
My mama, when you see paperwork, I do whatever y'all tell me to do. I ride Mustang, her, I throw my chains in the river and jumping and slicing it. Go home, take one for the. And I'm all right.
Many rappers began dissing him, accusing him of snitching without knowing the full truth. Meanwhile, academics broke down his current jail situation, pointing out how unusual it was for someone with those charges to receive such a deal.
Specifically, Pooh Shiesty, you look like he's absolutely chilling it. My boy got look Richard Millie, you know what I mean? Got the hair cut all right, you know what I mean? He's playing Fortnite mode. In jail? Oh, he got Tim's on, they look fresh as well. Yo, this so chilling in prison. He got 2 watches. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 2 watches, not even 1.
Understanding Shiesty's official release date requires keeping up with the latest updates on his case. Today, academics tweeted that Pooh Shiesty is currently in a halfway house and will be home soon. According to original crime documents, Shiesty and his friend had arranged a meeting to purchase high-end sneakers and narcotics. Shiesty arrived at the meet in a bright green McLaren, waiting for the sellers. Once they arrived, the deal initially seemed legitimate. Shiesty inspected the sneakers to ensure they weren't fake while negotiating the price. If the sellers had agreed to lower the price, things might have ended differently, but instead, a heated argument broke out. Moments later, Shiesty pulled a firearm from his waistband and aimed it at the 2 sellers. As they attempted to flee, he fired, hitting one in the backside and the other in the hip. Meanwhile, his friend quickly grabbed the sneakers and narcotics, loading them into the trunk while Shiesty ensured the sellers weren't trying anything. As they made their getaway, an unexpected problem arose. The butterfly doors of the McLaren. As Shiesty lifted the door to get in, his Louis Vuitton bag fell onto the parking lot without him noticing. This proved to be a costly mistake, as the bag contained over $40,000 and would later serve as key evidence in his arrest. Ironically, the amount he lost nearly matched what he had stolen, making the entire robbery a disaster. After fleeing the scene, Shiesty headed to the nearest Miami airport, where he boarded a private jet and fled Florida. However, his escape was short-lived, as the feds caught up with him just days later.
The town of Bay Harbor Island said you're wanted. He's also charged with armed robbery, battery in their affidavit, saying the 2 left the state in a private jet.
Shiesty was booked and processed in the local jail, but he managed to secure his release after posting a $30,000 bond. However, his freedom was short-lived. Just 2 months later, he was arrested again as his case moved to trial.
Mr. Williams, you were arrested for pursuant to an arrest. It's issued June 3rd. It's charging you. You have 2 attorneys here, or is it? I'm sorry, 2 attorneys in the state. Go ahead. Do you want to announce again?
Brad Cohen and Sam Zegni for the defendant.
Have you had a chance?
Yes, Judge, we have.
As a result of his case, Shiesty pled guilty, which led to a surprisingly short sentence given the severity of his crime. Academics announced that he was sentenced to just 63 months in prison, despite originally facing up to 8 years. When the Memphis rapper's official sentence was revealed, many were shocked at how short it was.
And I think he's coming home like next year, maybe the year after. However, it looked like he's, taking responsibility of whatever happened and doing his time, not crying. He's clearly trying to let people know he's straight. And I do think when he comes back out, granted, as long as it's not like too far from now, if he comes back in a year, he's good. I still think he will really.
However, this wasn't anything new for Shy. Many believed he committed the crime to boost his rap career by reinforcing a certain image, but it was later revealed that he had been involved in criminal activity long before fame. The only difference now was that his music career had put a spotlight on his actions.
Yeah, I mean, look, Pooh Shiesty was probably the biggest artist inside. But Pooh Shiesty had a history of crime before he ever signed to Gucci. It ain't he was like a school thing. Gucci suddenly put him in a bad direction. No, he was already doing it. Gucci was around when he was doing all the crazy they got him locked up for. This is what it is.
Pooh Shiesty's in prison right now. There's somebody in custody, so while sitting inside of him playing. Yeah, some Grand Theft Auto. Right. You know what I mean? But that's who he was before that. So it's like, ain't a surprise. And Gucci ain't gonna tell you. He can't just change who you are. So it's like, but people come up with the conspiracy theories and the life insurance, whatever.
The main reason for Shy's short sentence was that he signed a plea deal, but more importantly, he also entered a proffer agreement with the feds. A proffer allows a defendant to provide detailed information about a crime in exchange for immunity or a reduced sentence. By doing this, Shy managed to cut his potential life sentence down to just 63 months. However, once news of his deal surfaced, other rappers began calling him out for snitching. While it might have seemed that way, all she really did was recount the full story of the crime, making the case easier for prosecutors and the judge. This kind of cooperation significantly reduces a sentence as it simplifies the trial process. As part of his deal, Shy had to admit to the mistakes he made during the robbery, one of the biggest being that he committed the crime right next to a police station. The entire incident was caught on the station's surveillance cameras, and as soon as gunfire was heard, multiple police cars arrived at the scene within minutes. With law enforcement responding so quickly, they immediately discovered the Louis Vuitton bag Shy had unknowingly dropped. He had no chance to retrieve it, and it became a crucial piece of evidence in the case. At first, the feds had no leads on who committed the robbery, but tips from the public quickly pointed them in Shy's direction. Witnesses reported seeing a rapper posing with a green McLaren on Instagram the same day as the crime. Investigators wasted no time looking into it and soon found Shy's posts flaunting the car. While this was a strong lead, it wasn't enough to confirm him as the suspect, so the feds dug deeper into his Instagram for more evidence. They noticed multiple pictures of him flexing money and, using creative police work, zoomed in to examine the serial numbers on the bills. Shockingly, they found that one of the bills in a photo matched the serial number of a bill recovered from the Louis Vuitton bag at the crime scene. With both the green McLaren and the money directly linking him to the robbery, the feds had enough to take him in. What made the situation even crazier was that his team continued using the same green McLaren for his music video, Gone. Meanwhile, Miami rappers kept labeling Shy a snitch, which damaged his reputation in the industry. In response, Shy released a bold statement from jail, calling out anyone who disrespected him. His message read, "King Shy tapping in from the middle of the penitentiary. I remain untouched. I have millions in double digits. Tell Google to fix my net worth. We can verify that right now. I'm locked up, not messed up. I was 21 with 8 figures. Jay-Z can't even relate to my money. Stop playing with my name before I buy one of you for sale. You guys aren't anything. I put this on every day, twice on Sundays. I'm on the same energy from Tokyo to Tennessee. I ain't never been scared, and no one ever played with me when I was free or in jail. I'm still the man of Memphis, the king no matter what. Jungle Slick is almost the same man, just a little more powerful. But talking about Baby Larry, how did you let a man in the feds outdo you? You can't beat me. You need your hands in the game before you do something with me. For my fans, supporters, and loved ones holding me down every day, keep it solid. I promise it doesn't go unnoticed. I see everything and have something special for all of y'all. The rest of you guys are done. Keep hating, false advertising, backbiting, and counting me out. It's up and stuck like a treehouse. I'm touching down and I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm going 100% on you guys. While Shy stood tall behind bars, this wasn't the first time he had shared this type of message. He had posted similar statements even before his initial arrest.